You act like this is your first rodeo.
It's been a while.
We're back, season 2, bitches.
In this episode, we check out one of A-Trak's classic routines.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back in the lab, season 2, episode 5 of Skratch Snobs. I'm AkikoLUV, and this is
Mike C.
And we're back with the crowd favorite, Breakdown of Breakdowns. And today, our subject is
A-Trak, the routine where he uses space dust and take the money and run.
When I was first taking a look at footage and researching for this, I didn't realize that this was the same footage that we used for P-Trix.
Yeah, the table turns event.
So that's one of my favorite and only DVDs that I got to study when I was first coming up.
There's a lot of dope people on there.
Anywho, I decided to use this routine again, similar to the other routines. It's just so wonderfully creative. It's very, when you think, it's like a masterpiece if you really think about it. The thought and the each transition that he put in, it was just really well put together.
Well, even just the format of it. I mean, typically in those days, people would make routines out of just doubles of the same section of the same record, and you know, here part of the routine, A-Trak does that, but in the later part, I mean, he's using 2 different songs on the same Ultimate Breaks and Beats record.
Yeah, what really blew my mind, and I didn't really understand that until really you shared with me. I thought it was the same record. I didn't realize he was using different tracks on the record.
Oh yeah. So it's the same compilation record, but different songs on the same side.
And also, I like it. Giving a little bit more context of when he put this together and where it was in his DJ career. If you recall, I'm sure you have a unique perspective. I don't know. Did you see this when you were battling at ITF? Did he?
No, I never saw A-Trak. I don't think I ever saw him do this routine live. But it was, I think, that event where he did this routine was in early '99. So this was after he already won, you know, a DMC championship, and he's just, I mean, sometimes after that point, people aren't as motivated to come up with a routine or to come up with something tight, but he, after having already won a world title at that point, was still coming up with heat. I mean, I guess he ended up battling after that. He battled as recently as 2000, so you know, I guess he was maybe getting ready for that run. But yeah, he was already a world champ is what I was saying.
And for those viewers who don't know who happened to A-Trak is, we give a little more context.
You're probably not watching this if you don't know who A-Trak is.
But, you know, like, okay, give a little bit of history. I don't know, maybe like Turntables who just started 2 years ago. Like, who is A-Trak, right? Like, would they know?
Who would you say A-Trak is?
Right? So, before this year...
multiple-time
this year, he was the youngest world champion, right?
Yeah. Multiple-time world champion. You know, he won solo world titles. He won team world titles with the Allies. Since then, he was Kanye's tour DJ for a long time, and then Fool's Gold. He's the man at Fool's Gold. That's his label.
He's accomplished many things, and he continues to do so. Very amazing talent and person. And also, I believe the baddest Jewish DJ on the planet, according to DJ Infamous. Did I get that right?
Yeah, I got no arguments with that.
That's the A-Trak, right? This is the kind of motherfucker that looked like he couldn't make it out the bathroom at a hip-hop show. This is the kind of motherfucker, if you leave him alone enough in his room without some turntables, he'll make a fucking pipe bomb. Show up at the high school. Make some noise. This is what hip-hop has become today. DJ A-Trak is the band. No bullshit.
Permit me to introduce myself.
What's up? My name is dja-trak. I'm 14 years old. I've been scratching for 1.5 years, and I'm from Montreal. And this is what I do.
All right, so with that, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the footage. This is what I got kind of organized and snipped. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look at this. And I just want your like kind of immediate reaction to see if like first like if you recognize anybody. See that? Let's see. Here we go.
I used to watch this video on the regular. I mean,
on the regular.
On VHS at my mom's house. Just watch it and, you know.
Hidden between your porn stash.
Benron. Daddy Dog. Oh, there's A-Trak.
Looks like a fun time, right? Looks like a really good time.
Shit, dude. Trying to get the hell out of here. It's too crowded.
Excess in the
You know, we got to go to that story between you and Excess one day.
What? I don't know.
You know what the fuck the name is. I've been fucking up for 2 years and it's alright.
All right, so right before we begin,
VHS waves.
you feel that, right? That's tight. Before we get in, this is the first part of his routine. Like again, I like to call the warm up or the foreplay. So he just goes ahead and drops the beat, does a little bit of doubling, a little bit of trick mixing, and we'll go push play and take a look. There you go, and I'll explain as he goes. There you go. So you go ahead and draw space dust. Playing with the horns, doubling it up. Playing different parts of the horn. So right there, he exits that intro with just kind of a climatic kind of backspinning, kind of getting aggressive, and now goes to phase 2. So before, again, that's just the warm-up, the foreplay, just getting the audience tuned in and getting ready for the meat. Before we get into phase 2, any comments, Mike C?
Let's see more.
Okay, here we go. Phase 2. This is when he takes that dramatic transition and pause and does a breakdown of techniques. You could see on the right turntable, he's doing push patterns and a bit of drumming. On the left side, he's doing push and pull patterns and doing a combination on both hands.
Oh, and I assume when you say push and pull patterns, like push is like the fader's open and he's pushing the record, right? And when you say pull, fader's open and he's pulling the record backward.
And you could hear
that's what you're referring to.
That's what I'm
right?
referring to. Yes.
Cool.
And you can see the right hand pull, push with the left.
It's a tight pattern.
And then doubling up on the kick, tripling in.
That's crazy. He's using like a wide range of the record too.
Yes, yes. And traveling along the record. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of trip mixing here, using the up faders.
Can you pause it real quick just to say something about this part?
Hold on one moment. Okay.
So that part right there, I mean, it sounds tight on video. I've never seen it in person, but I know people who have seen him do this live, and they said for some reason when he would do that part live, it would just be like real sick. So I feel like I missed out never getting to see him do this on like big speakers or anything like that.
Got you. And as Mike wanted to pause this part, he was just transitioning out of this phase 2. That's why I wanted to hold on. You can tell he was, again, letting...
Like echoing with the up faders or something like that, right?
Yeah. Right, and transitioning out, and now he's up to phase 3 here. And here we go. And I just want to take a little...
Nervous, shaky hands.
Did you see that?
Man, this guy's the baddest.
Right?
Yeah. This guy's the baddest, and he looks nervous a little bit there, so maybe it's okay for everyone else to be sometimes.
Well, with that, right? Like you saw the nerves, the shakiness of the hand, and check this out. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Despite all that.
But did you mention he switched to? Is he on the different song now, or
Now,
am I too
yes.
early? Okay, yeah.
Yes. So the transition now to the third piece. This is the final kind of piece, the outro, and you could tell here that he transitioned to another track now to the left. Before it was originally Space Dust on both turntables. Now it is, what is it? Make the money, take the money and run.
Take the money and run.
Take the money and run on the left, and he is drumming on the left side and playing the tone on the right side, and he's gonna. Creatively and wisely use parts of the tone, travel along the song, and make a real nice musical composition to end this part of the routine.
One thing that's kind of cool, I'm not one of those dudes who says, oh, keep it real, you have to use vinyl. Serato DJs are fake. But one neat thing about this routine is, he's using a compilation record that I think has like 3 or more different songs by different artists on each side. And I feel like if he was just using MP3s of like Space Dust or MP3s of Take the Money and Run, like this routine doesn't come out the way it does, because it so happens on that record that, on one side, Space Dust and Take the Money and Run happen to be on the same side of that compilation record. So I guess this routine would not ever happen in like the modern era unless you had like, for some reason, some long ass MP3 that had 3 or more different songs on it.
Unlikely to happen, yes.
Yeah,
definitely.
So kind of a dope result of the times.
Not only that, just kind of a pro of sticking and using vinyl, I suppose, right?
Oh, the paper sticker cue points, you mean?
Or whatever, yeah.
Oh, that was... Man, when someone taught me that, that was like a game changer. Like, I always wondered how
that's
they
what
found...
you meant, the cue points on there.
Yeah, the stickers. Like, back then, like, I never understood how they found the exact point of a record so fast, but that's
a whole art in itself, right?
Oh man, it took a lot of work to get it perfect.
We'll do a whole take and video just on that.
They don't need it now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's a neat trick.
Okay, now we're going into the finale, the last part of it. Again, drumming on the left side and playing with the tone on the right side. Here we go. Let's set up the drum.
Like a transition while he sets up that record.
Exactly, right? See that? Kick snare, working on the right side while he's just drumming on the left. Using the up fader on the right side to play with the tone. And using the different section of the record now on the right side as well. Fading out the drum on the left-hand side. Changing up drum patterns. Just letting the record play on the right. And that little smirk knowing like I'm badass. Boom.
That's got to be the best A-Trak routine ever, right? Like, isn't it? That's
what
the best routine he did. Yeah, that shit's tight.
And the crowd absolutely loves it.
That routine was like a game changer back then. I mean, like I said, like kind of the standard formula, and even now, people will use just double copies of one record, but it's not like A-Trak was the first one to do this or anything, but I mean, this was heat, and it was outside of what was more commonplace at the time.
And taking a look at the environment, at the stage that he executed, just how clean he hit it, just helped build his legendary status.
That shit's tight. I would be interested, like, to me that was like pretty much perfect, but only he knows how it's really supposed to sound. So I'm wondering, maybe it was perfect, but it's also possible maybe he was like, maybe there's a part he messed up on, but he just played it off smooth enough that we don't know it.
All right, any final thoughts before we sign off?
Nah, just this was a good pick for a routine, and man, I haven't watched this in a while, and this was amazing at the time it came out and still is.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Skratch Snobs, Breakdown of Breakdowns Edition, DJ A-Trak. I hope you all enjoyed it. This is Professor Mike C. I'm AkikoLUV. Smash that like button and subscribe button. Spread the love, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace and love.
And before we sign off, fight on!
Who's good?